What's up YouTube? How you guys doing? It's Rolland here with another video, and today I'm going to be doing a tips and tricks video for beginners and new players alike. If you guys enjoy the video, make sure you leave a like and subscribe to the channel for more Rocket League content. Alright, so the first thing we need to do when you first start up the game is you see up here where it says Rocket Pass, you need to click on that and you need to buy the Rocket Pass. I'm just kidding, you don't need to buy it, but you know, I'm Diamond and Psyonix has me wrapped around their fingers, so I'm going to go ahead and buy it. But anyway, let's get into the video. The first tip I'm going to go over today is your camera settings. Now, this is something that I think everybody should change and at least tinker with, even if you kind of like the default settings and you think they're fine, which they're not. But if so, at least, you know, go into options and mess around with the camera settings a little bit. As you can see, here are the default settings. Camera shake is on. That is one of the biggest things that everybody should do. You should always take camera shake off no matter what. It is awful, it is not fun, and it's just a struggle. So anyway, there are the default settings, and this is kind of what it looks like. As you can see, like I hit the ball and the camera shakes, and anytime I hit the wall the camera shakes. Like there's just a lot of different things here, and you can also tell that the camera is very, very close to the car, and it's just not really viable. Like you can't see a lot of the field. It's a giant struggle. Yeah, so that's what default camera settings look like. Now, again, I highly suggest changing your camera settings, and now you can do it one of two ways. You can either come in here from the default, mess around with it, and just, you know, change things and go from there. One of the most important things, by the way, is field of view, if you don't know, because that just allows you to see so much more of the field, and that is super important when making decisions. So from there, honestly, I would just do something like this. Now, for those of you guys that don't have Bacchus mod, you're not going to have these extra presets, so don't worry about that. But I personally use Squishy. Not trying to be squishy. I know I'm not squishy, but I like his camera settings. I've tried a few of the other pros. Someone else I really enjoy is Justin. His camera settings are really good. But this is the camera settings that you should maybe start out with and then kind of tinker from there, or, you know, work your way out. Again, this is 100% up to you. You can test whatever camera settings you want. Just make sure you change them. Take camera shake off, change field of view to at least like max it out to 110. Like those are things that you 100% should be doing right away. So, and I'll show you the difference here. You can see how much better this looks. Like, look, so much further away, and you can drive around and do all the things. I hit the ball, there's no shake. Like it's fantastic the way this is, and I can see so much more of the field. It's great. It's pretty epic. So that is probably like the first thing you should do when you get on Rocket League. Change your camera settings. Alright, tip number 2 that I have for new players just starting out, kind of like the camera settings, you also want to change up your controls just a little bit. And honestly, there's just one giant thing in your controls that you're going to want to change up. You are going to want to change, you want to go into options here, you want to go all the way to chat, and then where it says compliments, you want to change this all the way to what to save, and you just want to make these all what to say. I'm just kidding, don't do that. You want to go to options, and then you want to go to controls, and from controls, you want to go to view/change bindings. It's the very first option. And you want to find something that says air roll. Now, this is literally one of the most important things that you can do to control your car. So let's take this away and show you kind of what air roll does for those of you guys that don't know. So right now I have my car, and if you notice, anytime I try to like roll my car, my joystick is pointing left and my joystick is pointing right, and my car just like spins in a circle, and it's really weird. Well, let me show you how to fix that and actually get a bunch of control out of your car. Go back to your key bindings in control settings. You want to click on arrow, and then you want to press a button for it. A lot of people use the bumpers, either left bumper or right bumper. I use the left bumper because that's what feels natural to me, so that's kind of what I use. And also, this is not going to feel natural at the very beginning. Like, it took me a while to get used to air roll, because when I first started, I didn't do this. It was a big mistake. So now let me show you what that actually does. Now, if you go back to your car, my car actually like rolls over on its side, and this is super, super useful when going up for aerials, just controlling your car in general. Like, there's a lot of stuff you can do now instead of just like doing this little spin around thing that's not going to get you very, like, it's not going to get you very far. But anyway, air roll, super important. Do it, you'll get used to it. It's pretty sick. And yeah, tip number 3 is something that so many people just skip over in general, even players, you know, that are champion and diamond, and all players need training mode. And training mode is something that, you know, when you're higher levels, you can go into custom training, work on workshop maps, dribble challenges, that kind of stuff. But when you're first starting out, they have these down here: goalie, striker, aerial, and they all have 3 different levels of difficulty, ranging from rookie, pro, and all-star. And they do get a lot harder as things go. As you can see, the first goalkeeper training is just them like pushing the ball at you, and you're just supposed to like run and hit it, or, you know, that kind of stuff. It's not super difficult, but eventually they do start to get a little harder, but that's just, you know, where they're starting you. Next thing you can go into is, you know, that's kind of rookie, and from there it goes up to all-star. Now this is kind of some insane stuff. Well, not really like super insane, but just some things to work on. So this is all-star goalie practice, and as you can see, it went from just rolling the ball slightly at you to, hey, now the ball's in the air, go get it. And this is a skill that I see a lot of people not have, whether it be striker being able to score the ball, which is me. I have a giant issue scoring the ball. I'm terrible. However, as a goalie, I'm pretty decent, in my opinion, at saving the ball, as I just let one go in right there. But these trainings are designed to help you as a player and help your fundamentals and help you grow. And it's something that you should, you know, when you first start, hop into and just really work on your skills and just, you know, try to max out. You see at the top left where it says how many you've gotten out, 10, you know, try to max all that out. And that's something, again, that I think a lot of people really skip over, and I think is something that could really help new players. And again, there are varying levels of difficulty with the current ones that you guys have at the very beginning with these 3. But then there's also, you know, custom trainings if you're on PC. I believe PS4, Switch, and Xbox don't have these. But basically, you go into a workshop, you download all these, and then you can practice different things, and it's pretty sweet. So I have different ones I've done, and it's pretty sweet and entertaining. So, and how you get to those, by the way, for those of you guys that don't know, is you just go into Extras, Workshop, and then you have all the things. So you can go in and choose all the ones you've downloaded / subscribed to, and then you can kind of go from there. So this one is kind of like a ring course to help you practice on your aerial movement and that kind of stuff, and it's like timed and whatnot, and there's a whole bunch of stuff that you can do to it. And then of course, you know, if you die, it just restarts you at the beginning, and the object is to get to the other platforms. But it has different things like that, so there's varying levels of training. Work on your training. It's something that really helps, and you might feel like it's wasting your time, but in the game, the more comfortable you are with your car control or hitting the ball or saving the ball, you're not going to freak out. Just saying, it'll really help you in game. Now, tip number 4 is something that I feel like a lot of people don't talk about, and it's your car. What kind of car do you want? The main thing is, do you want a flat car? Do you want a big car? Do you want, like, what do you want? Do you want a Scarab? You know, it's its own different kind of car. But the main thing is what kind of car you feel comfortable with. Now, I personally, I love the Octane. I've used some flat cars before, not really a fan of them, but the Octane just really sticks with me. I feel like I do the best with the Octane. It feels the most natural. Honestly, a lot of pros, they use the Octane, the Dominus, the Batmobile. Those are like the 3 different things, in the Finnick now. Those are kind of like the 4 different ones that a lot of pros use. Now, honestly, each car, it doesn't handle a little different, but each car has its own stats. Nothing that makes it like absolutely insane, and you can't see the stats here. But, you know, there's a lot of different cars in this game, so make sure you try them out, figure out which ones you like, and just kind of stick with those. The biggest thing is, do you like a flat car, or do you like something like the Octane? And that's like the biggest thing. And from there, you just kind of go from, you know, picking with the style of car you like. So if you like flatter cars, you know, just kind of go with, you know, you can go with the DeLorean or the Cyclone, or a lot of different things. And if you're a fan of like the Octane, you can go with potential, I believe the Merc actually has the same hitbox as the Octane does, but Octane, Merc, probably the Roadhog, like just a bunch of different things. The Finnick, the Twinser are really good examples of those. There's just a lot of different cars, so make sure you try them out, figure out which one you like and feel comfortable with, and then go from there. All right, tip number 5 is something that I think gets ignored by a lot of people, and it is making the easy shot, making the easy save, you won't be making passes at the beginning when you first start, but don't worry about all these advanced mechanics you watch in RLCS, you watch in Rival Series, you watch in the Collegiate Series, you watch in videos on YouTube and different montages and things. Like, don't worry about doing flip resets, ceiling shots, all these half flips, like dribbling a whole bunch. Like, don't worry about all of that. When you first start the game, we all started from somewhere. If you take a look at montages from 3 years ago, you would be like, wow, that's a montage? Like, I'm looking at the montages today and they're just insane. Now, it's the cool thing about Rocket League is new mechanics are being found every single day, it feels like, or every single week. And that's something that's really cool. You know, you got half flips, you have a wave dashing, you have quick kickoffs, you have ceiling shots and flip resets and a whole bunch of other stuff that you can do. And it's just really awesome. But when you first start the game, you're gonna have to figure out, you know, you're gonna have to get used to the ball. You're gonna have to get used to driving. You're gonna have to get used to having two kind of cameras in the sense, one facing forward with you, another one always on the ball, jump distance, boost, aerials. Like, you're gonna have to get used to all that stuff. So don't worry about sitting here trying to do flip resets and trying to do a whole bunch of other stuff that isn't really gonna help your game. You'll get there eventually. But you gotta put a lot of time, you gotta put a lot of effort into hitting those shots. And that's just something that, you know, all the pros did, and a lot of people that play online and get to the higher ranks did. All they did, spent a lot of time in training, played the game a lot, and they understand the mechanics and how things should work, and, you know, it just works out. So yeah, don't waste a lot of time on trying to learn that stuff. Learn the basics first, and then get into the more advanced mechanics. All right, guys, so those were my 5 tips for beginners that I have. I plan on making another video to this as well, so this won't just be 5 tips. There will be another video I plan on. But hopefully this helps you guys a little bit. Let me know what the biggest tip that you guys think for more advanced players helped you the most, and let me know if you're a beginner, which of these tips you've tried, and if it helped you out. If it did, make sure you leave a like, subscribe to the channel for more content, and I'll see you guys in the next one. Peace out.